Going to convene the meeting? Okay. We want to be prompt, so, we are live, and the meeting is in session. Hello, Marilyn.
Jean, I have the info written down right here for,
Okay.
okay?
We'll let her speak when she wants to. She'll have to just raise her hand or something, but we'll let her speak.
Okay.
And I know Anita is trying to get on. She, as we all know, her was in the hospital, but she's home, and she decided she better stay home today to continue recovering. Yes. And so, and then Lorelei woke up with a bum stomach, but she still will take our minutes and things, so she may not be present on Zoom.
Okay.
So that's the situation, and then there are 6 of us here, so we have a quorum.
Correct.
And we're good to go. So, okay.
And we're live on TV.
And did you have success with Anita?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, well, I'm sure you'll figure that out, so. Okay, so welcome, everybody, and welcome, audience, people that might be tuned in, watching things. And Sandra is not here yet, so I don't know. She usually comes, and she had said she was coming, but you never know. You know, things happen to all of us, so. Anyway, so, the meeting has been called to order. And we have a quorum. We're good to go. Just a reminder, this is an open meeting, and we have to adhere to the open meeting laws. So we've done that. Okay. Do we have announcements from board members? Well, I've given some about where people are and how we're structured. Marilyn has her hand up. You have an announcement, Marilyn?
Yes, I would like to announce the Memory Cafe for the 4th Friday of this month, which is 13th, 20th to 27th of October at the First Baptist Church at from 10 to 12.
Thank you. I'm going to repeat you because I don't know that people in the viewing audience, would hear. I don't know how that works on Zoom, whether they get to hear you.
They should be able to.
They do?
They should.
Okay. Just checking.
Also, don't forget the little food pantry at the First Baptist Church.
Thank you. And I do think that if Sandra was here, she'd be talking about the thrift shop. She's aiming to get it open before the end of October. So, and she's been in there working, I know, in the church, working on painting and getting shelves in place. And so it's on its way, finally.
That's
and I'm so
exciting.
happy for them. Yeah, I'm excited for them,
That's
too.
excited for them.
Yes, because that was one of they enjoyed it. So.
They did.
Yeah, and they did a great job. It was a well-known thrift shop. People came from out of town to go to their thrift shop here when it was housed in this building. So that's all good. And they made a lot of money in that thrift shop, so. Okay. Other announcements?
No.
No. I will announce, we do have a guest who will be with us, I think, in probably 10, maybe 15 minutes, but our town planner will be here to talk to us about the MBTA Community Zoning Bylaw change. It's Article 19 at the town meeting. And our agenda, the town meeting report information just came out. I got mine in the mail over the weekend.
Yeah.
So Article 19, she's going to talk to us and explain a little bit more about that so we understand it.
Good.
So, and she was here, she'll be back. So just for people, so it may be watching, they know what's coming up. Anyone else have an announcement? Lots going on with affordable housing, and I know I've been trying. I did go to the planning board meeting last Thursday, and there's another one, but it's on Zoom only. I think it's a hearing, and I forget what it's about this week. But I'm trying to pay more attention to that. Things are starting to move, I think, even with 550
550
King Street, yeah. And I didn't know until last week, that Sal Lapoli has also purchased the Yangtze River building, which is right at the end of.
Yes.
Yes, and so that's an extension of the property that he's going to be using in his development, so. And who knows, well, but I didn't realize that. So. Okay, anything else? Nope, all right. We'll move on then. to the minutes of September 18th. They were sent out to you. I love Liz's report because we always get this nice chart.
I know.
And it's so nice, and Lorelei does such a great job compiling the minutes to document all of that information. It's really wonderful. She does a great job, so. And she is going to be doing our minutes. If I didn't mention that, even though she's not with us today, she will do our minutes from the tape. So, are there any corrections that anyone pick up on this time? Marilyn, did you check them all out, our minutes?
I did read through them, yeah.
Okay, great. Last time you caught a good one, so I'm just, I had to ask.
I didn't, things were not good around here, so I scanned it but didn't do a good job. But
Well,
I
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. And sorry that you're having a little bit more difficulty with your freedom right now. You have to be home more, so.
Yep.
Okay.
I move we accept the minutes of September 19th?
Susan,
What date it was? 18th, September 18th.
September
Let's get
18th.
the date right.
I'll second.
Susan and Joe. Joe seconded. Any other further discussion? Do you have a question, Peachy?
Yeah,
Speak, don't be shy.
the edit that John Peachy was absent.
Oh,
meant-
yes,
That's the,
it's in here.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's,
okay.
under the minutes, it says edits, John Peachy was absent, and Susan Melanda and Anita Harding were present, I should say, at the meeting,
The August 14th meeting.
the August 14th meeting, right, and that correction,
Yes,
yeah, was made.
okay.
Yep. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good,
Thank
okay.
you.
Anything else? Okay, if not, we will move to a vote. All right, I'm going to start with Joe.
aye.
Yes. Susan?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Thank you. Mary Ann?
Yes,
John?
Yes.
Anita, Anita on yet? No? Marilyn?
Yes,
Thank you. And Marge is a yes, and Lorelei's not on, is she? No. Okay, so we have two that were not present for that vote. Okay, thank you. All right. All right. Well, I was going to invite Maren Toohill, but she isn't back yet.
She is on Zoom.
Oh, she is on Zoom.
Yeah, she's going to, she has slides to
she's
share.
right there.
Oh, okay, that's what we're gonna do. So, she was here, and then now she's only down the hall, but she has some slides on her computer that she wants us to see, so I think that's it. And,
Should we put
Guess
them in
have
now
time constraint.
so they can leave?
all right, yes, maybe we will do that. That would, pardon me?
I was just checking to see if they had any time constraints.
Oh, because I was gonna say we could do it right now. And that way, you're welcome to stay. But that way you're not feeling like you have to and you couldn't leave. So why don't we do that right now? Maren, if you don't mind, we had an unexpected guest come in from the Rotary Club who wished to give us some money. So, I hate to say it that way, but that's the truth. And so they're here, and we want to acknowledge that they're present and actually give, if you don't mind, we're going to do that, and then you will be with us. So, if that's okay. Okay. Maren is the plan, as I said, the town planner who works very closely with the planning board. And affordable housing for seniors is another big issue. Lack of affordable housing for seniors is a big issue. So we work closely with Maren. So, all right. So for our viewers, we have Chris Alphin, who is president of the Littleton Rotary Club, and Sarah. Darren? Den. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know it. Make it right there. Sarah Den from Season Insurance, who's a member of the Rotary Club. They are here to talk to Liz, the Director of Elder and Human Services, and to give her a present.
Give our seniors a present.
And give our seniors a present, so please come up to the microphone. So, And I do believe the microphone is, you can stand right there so that the viewers, if you don't mind speaking into the microphone and viewers can hear you better.
Well, we had a really nice meeting with the members of the COA, and they came over to our Rotary meeting. They told us about the TRED fund and how things were going in town. And it's just something, as president this year, I'm only president for 1 year, and while I'm in this position, I think of all the things that we do in Littleton, seniors should come first.
That's
So
nice.
that's why we're here today. And so we brought a small check. Where would you like me to? Where would I stand to put this?
Wait, I think if you come up over in the center, usually when the select board have had a picture or anything they want, I notice they always stand in the center here. If you turn around the other way, and Liz can come up.
Wow.
Wow.
$5,000? Is that what that said?
How about everyone stands up and
Oh,
All right.
okay.
we'll be behind the check.
That's good. Come in a little closer if you can.
Yes, glad to.
I stand next to Sarah on the way. Walking to you.
Nope, that's all right.
And Nicole's taking the picture. How wonderful.
got
Thank
us
you,
all.
Nicole.
All right.
Always get that camera.
Never know.
That's right. You're always prepared.
All right.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
really,
Wow.
wow.
Can we get a picture too with our cameras?
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
We did not know this was happening today.
Hey, these are the best
That
surprises.
is the best ways to have things happen, yes.
Nice. Yes, yes.
We like surprising people.
Wow, this is a wonderful, you made our day. And that is Amy, our outreach worker, who is, she comes to our meetings too to give a report. So you're welcome to stay.
That's wonderful.
We have a very really active Elder and Human Services Department in town. Something to be very proud of.
Yes.
Actually, and we do.
I said, yes, we do.
I wasn't arguing, I second the motion.
See, I'm not lying.
Second it.
I have a question though.
Absolutely, shoot.
So what would be a good goal for us to set for fundraising for the TRED program?
Ooh. Now you have the two.
You have it's a confidential application.
Yes.
But we have no idea of, except for the numbers that you gave us, the applicants, how many applicants, and how much money was in reserve. And so can you give us some sort of a goal to shoot for?
Ooh, okay. So typically in the past, we've had between 15 and 22 applicants for the program, and they get a varying amount based on how much is in the account. So that ranges in the past historically from $500 per person up to, I think, $2,000 per person. So whatever the total amount of the TRED fund, we can spend, I believe, up to, is it 60 or 70%? 70%. We always have to leave at least 30% in that fund. So I would say the sky is the limit for fundraising.
Why not?
I mean, is that enough to help? I mean, I know what the taxes are
Yeah.
on my house in town. I mean, the taxes are pretty high.
Yeah. So a new thing that we've implemented this year is that if you are applying for the TRED fund for assistance with your taxes, you also have to meet with our assessor's department to see what other tax exemptions. You also have to meet with the assessor's department to see what other exemptions you are eligible for, and you can double up, triple up on the exemptions. It's true, $500 could just be a drop in the bucket for somebody, and for somebody else, depending on their situation, it could be a lifesaver. So it really depends. We try to give the most to the most needy based on their application and all of their circumstances that we take into account. So it could range, but we'd love to give people more if we could, if we had more money.
Right. Well, I guess, now I'm more confused than I
Oh,
was.
geez, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's interesting you ask because we recognize the assessor's office, essentially, and the Board of Selectmen, once they were kind of informed by the assessor's office, assessors, realized that we sent this out in our monthly newsletter to the seniors. And this is a chart this year. We realized the seniors don't know what is available to them. So this chart was put together, and by actually a little committee that the select board appointed to work with the assessors to be able to document and identify things. And the TREAD program is one of those programs. The difference between that one program and all the rest of them, no, correct me if I'm wrong, Liz, is that the TREAD program is the only one that, she's getting you some water, I think.
Water is good.
They just turned the heat on, the air is dry.
So the TREAD program is the only one of all of these programs that are listed across here that is solely dependent upon independent donations and funding. I mean, the other programs have a little bit of help from other things, other agencies and groups, but TREAD is the one program that is so totally dependent upon individual, gifts and things of that nature, right?
Right. So if we wanted to give, say, $2,000 to all 16 applicants this year, we would need
Is it 16 or
32.
22 applicants?
This year is 16.
Oh, 16,
We just
okay.
closed the enrollment, or the application period on September 30th. So if we wanted to give the max amount that we have in the past to everyone, we'd need $32,000.
Right.
But we have to stagger it depending on what we have in the account.
And is that gonna take care of the taxes for these people? I mean, are they gonna lose their homes, or are they gonna get deferred till a later date?
It'll
Back
reduce their taxes. They can choose to defer. There's a few different programs they can apply for. And deferring is one of them, but, I mean, I don't believe anyone is losing their house at the moment.
Yeah, all right, that was a big concern of mine. I don't wanna see anybody get thrown out, especially if they've built this town for, 40, 50, 60 years, that would be my concern.
Exactly.
That is a concern.
Yes.
Because, yep, and in some cases, people are, because we have very little affordable housing for seniors to downsize into,
Right.
they have to stay in their own home or leave town to get something smaller. So that's why the housing and affordable housing, lack of affordable housing is another big project that we're working on with the planning board and the
Nice.
town planner. So we're all aware of that, and that's a big need.
No, that's great.
Once we get our senior center, which is in the works, so.
Right,
And
right.
that's another thing.
Yeah, so anyway, so,
Can I mention something?
absolutely.
Before Chris leaves too, so people know, besides running his own company, Dolphin
Oh, yes.
Insulation, and being president of Rotary, he has an organization that makes beds for kids in need, so he does a lot for the community. We
Yeah.
want to thank you for that.
Yeah. The kids thing, the kids thing is really, it's more near and dear to my heart,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate to see kids sleeping on the floor. So, so we're pretty lucky here in Littleton, but there's a lot of kids that aren't.
Well, we're thrilled.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm so nice to meet you.
Yes.
And we're
It's nice
thrilled that you
meeting you all.
came, and you felt comfortable enough coming. I am. You made my day.
Well, we wanted to shock you a little bit,
You did. And it's just wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, woo.
It's a great Monday.
Yes, it is.
The world needs more shocks like that.
Yeah.
That's true,
Truly.
truly. Yes.
Thank you. We'll take off now.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
but
you so
thank you
much.
ever so much.
Thank you.
And this, you work with Medicare and insurances and in your insurance company too? Because Amy is one of our outreach workers, and of course, we have another outreach full-time. We have 2 full-time outreach workers
That's great, yeah.
who work with clients over insurance and things too. So,
And I also help with Medicaid, Mass Health as well. So it's a big portion of my job is to sort of assist them with the application process. And so, yeah, if you know anybody who needs help with that, I'm happy to do it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Once again, thank you.
yes, thank you. Once again, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that big check.
Bye, Sarah. Thank you.
Just so you know, by the way, this will be broadcast at the select board meeting because Liz is bound. Any donation over $500, the law, the select, and the board, the town of Littleton requests, she has to go to the select board to have them accept the money.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, so it will be, she'll do that.
Well, if they don't accept it, I'll come back and get the check. Thank you.
Wow, what a nice surprise.
Yes, very nice. On that note, wow.
I know, huh? Yes. Anita, where are you?
I know.
She's going to be so.
I know.
It was Anita, when he referred to they came, it was Liz and Anita that went to this Rotary Club meeting well over a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't ask for money, but they were educating them, correct?
Mhm.
And they didn't think they were heard. So,
Yeah.
so anyway. All right.
Back to Maren.
You know what, can I go make one announcement that I promised I would make, and I neglected to, Maren? It'd take me 2 minutes, I promise, and then you're on. But it is just a reminder, when we're talking about all of this, that there is a dinner on the 25th at 5 o'clock in the multipurpose room about all of the tax relief options that are available for seniors. And it's a spaghetti dinner, if I'm not mistaken, free. Please sign up and come, even if you don't think you need any information. But it's good to have that information and be aware of what's going on, so be aware and spread the word.
Yes. Do you have sufficient volunteers?
Yes, I've got my list,
You
yes.
do. Awesome.
I have my list.
That's great.
I promised I would make that announcement, I totally forgot, so I apologize. Okay,
You made it.
now we have another guest with us today. We're having such a bright, very nice day, exciting day. Maren Toohill is the town planner for the Littleton, and she works very closely with the planning board. For those people that might be watching that don't know who she is, she's on Zoom with us, and she's here to help us understand Article 19 at the town meeting coming up November 1st. So, welcome, Maren.
All right, thank you very much. Hopefully you can hear me and hopefully you can see the slide. So we have Article 19, Planning Board is in the final stages of proposing a zoning bylaw amendment to help the town meet the MBTA community's zoning requirements. I'm in the process of drafting the slideshow for town meeting, so I'm happy to share a few of the slides with you. So as you know, town meeting's coming up November 1st. Article 19 is a proposed zoning bylaw amendment that would change the zoning of a 10-acre parcel near the Foster Street commuter rail station. This slide just shows some of the more recent work that the planning board, that the town and the planning board have done about the overall question of meeting transit-oriented development. And then this slide shows the activity this year on MBTA communities. So the planning board is proposing that the district be 2 parcels, the largest parcel being the 40 acres at the former IBM site near Littleton Common. And that in addition, there'll be a 10-acre parcel part of 245 Foster Street, which is immediately adjacent to the commuter rail station on Foster Street. So those are the 2 locations of the proposed district. So the planning board always likes to build on the prior foundational planning work of the town, the Littleton Master Plan, the Littleton Revitalization Roadmap, the Housing Production Plan, and the 2019 Littleton Station Village Vision Plan. So it's never just out of the blue. It's always building on the planning work of the community. So Article 19, so I copied the description from the town meeting booklet, but the easy way to look at it is that Section 5 of the proposed zoning bylaw allows the town to count all the work that we did for the King Street Common District to meet most of the requirements of the MBTA Communities Law. And then sections 1 through 4 of the proposed Article 19 adds this new 10-acre district near the commuter rail station. Details, I posted a lot of the prior information from all the way from 2019 and before up to current. at the Littleton Station Village page on the town website. Any questions, please call me, email me, reach out to any of the planning board members. And next step is to attend the November 1st fall town meeting to vote on this. Or actually, I should, given the date today, the planning board public hearing has been, for this zoning bylaw article, has been continued to Thursday, October 26th. The planning board would be happy to hear from you at that point as well. And at this point, I will stop share and see if anybody has questions.
Maren, can you, excuse me, explain to the board, I learned a little by attending the planning board meeting last Thursday night, and I was not aware of everything that we would lose if we do not take action on doing this and setting ourselves up to be doing this. That's a better way of saying it, I guess.
Yeah.
And because it's amazing to me, and that was an eye-opener, and I know that some people are opposed, they think the laws are gonna change, and why do it now? So, can you explain to the members of the board, and they can maybe, make their own judgment, but it just was shocking to me, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So the state is taking two approaches, the carrot approach and the stick approach. The stick approach, the Attorney General's office has made it clear that communities must comply with the requirements of the law. And the AG's office has put out notices 2 different times that they will be going after communities that don't come into compliance with the requirement to zone for multifamily housing within half a mile of the commuter rail station. So the carrot part of it is the grant funding that could be available to communities that meet the requirements. So if Littleton, I've been calling it the $20 million question because of grants in the recent past and grants looking forward over the next 5-10 years, easily total $20 million with the, especially when you consider the 16 different grant programs that the state has targeted for communities that meet the requirements.
And if we didn't do this, we wouldn't be eligible to apply for any grants, correct?
You're correct.
Yep, that's just amazing to me. So, I mean, it's not, almost like you'd be cutting off our nose to spite our face, type of thing, so, anyway.
I think we're lucky to have Maren in the planning board and the select board took a lead in this early.
Right.
Other towns are actually looking at what we're doing now. They took a lead, and through Maren's hard work, we'll be one of the first that will be doing this right now.
Will there be penalties to communities who don't do this?
Yeah. Well, one was, no, you're not eligible to apply for any grants for the state.
Any of the state grants?
Any of the state
Beyond
grants.
that, is there any
Oh.
other penalties, or?
The Attorney General's office has indicated that they would sue communities that don't come into compliance.
Okay.
There you go. Great.
No, it's quite a hot issue right now, though, I think, because it is, I'm quite frankly shocked because I remember the days when this all started years ago, and it was many more acres out by the train station that were going to be developed. Am I right or wrong? There, people were considering that, more acres, more than 10 acres. So in a way, we're blessed that they're accepting the split. And the, 40 acres is going to be down this way in town and not out by the train station. So, yeah, I'm kind of amazed at that. So I think that's a good solution for Littleton, personally. That's my personal opinion. So, but anyway, but that's also the fact, that it is split now.
And those grants will be provided for the IBM as well?
So,
Because you said it had to be
grants are
near.
provided that's a very good question. Grants are provided to the community when, including significant grants for town sewer. town sewer in general and town sewer to service, and that portion of the infrastructure that will also service the IBM site.
Any other questions from Maren about this whole, and that is true, I heard the other night that, you know, you're right, they did, Littleton started early on this whole project, so.
One of the reasons I was happy that we're doing the work now is a lot of the good consultants are extremely busy helping communities with this work. I've been very pleased that we got consultants who have worked closely with the state to develop, help the state develop the compliance guidelines. So we have, you know, Emily and his associates, they know the ins and outs of the requirements.
Great. Okay. And if anybody ever has, like a viewer had a question, they could call your office, right?
Yep, call my office, email me,
Right.
reach out to the planning board member, whatever works for.
Maren Toohill, so. Okay. Thank you ever so much. Marilyn Fidel, do you have any questions? You're sitting there at home, I bet, on Zoom, and she's not usually on Zoom, so I've been trying to make sure I pay attention to her, so. Are you okay?
You're muted.
Oh, she's muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay. Now, Maren, will any of this, now I know about the eminent domain and, you know, that part of Article 19, but does it impact many of the homes that are already along there? Because it seems like the sections near the train station doesn't seem to have a lot of homes.
So there is no eminent domain section of this zoning bylaw. It's a rezoning of a parcel that the property owner at 245 Foster Street has created a 10-acre parcel, working with the town in order to rezone it. So there's no, there's no land taking, there's no land transfer.
Right.
It's
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to me, that nobody's losing there. Okay, that was my only question.
It's a currently undeveloped parcel that's been, over my 25 years experience with the planning board, I've probably seen 10 different development proposals for that site, from the warehouses to,
Okay, that's all I was curious about. If any of it was on the other side of the street. No.
Good question, Marilyn. Thank you.
Yeah, and I always appreciate hearing the questions because I don't necessarily know what information or misinformation might be out there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it seems like an ideal location, you know, for some people, so. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. And
Yeah, thank you very much for the time.
Oh, anytime, you know, you're always welcome. We always learn.
Yes.
And I've been, yeah, as I said, I've been trying to, at least, if I'm not watching their meetings at home, I'm trying to go to their meetings now to get back into things and know what's going on. Because affordable housing, well, there's no affordable downsizing housing for even young people in Littleton, really. So, you know, and never mind seniors. But it is a need for all age groups, really, so. And that's what everybody's working on now. Okay.
Thank you.
So, go to town meeting, everybody, and try to, if you can, learn and
Going to be
go
a
from
busy
there.
town meeting.
Pardon me?
It's going to be a busy town meeting.
It is, I think. Yeah, even though there's, I think, only 19 articles, or 20 articles, 20.
20 on.
And the two tough ones are at the end.
They always put the tough ones at the end, so always. You're right.
That's true.
Okay, all right, I don't think Sandra's coming.
Sandra just sent me an email
She did.
saying that she won't be able to make it, but putting out another call, request for volunteers to help her with the painting and sprucing up the new thrift shop.
She really needs help down there. She has not had much help at all to get the walls painted, and people in the church have been trying to help her out a little bit too, because her own friends group isn't able to do that, I guess, so. But she's, and I'm sure she's trying to work closely with the Rotary Club too, so I'm sure she'll be happy to hear. And we've tried to explain to the Rotary Club that, it's a team effort.
Right.
We work with the friends, the groups. People still don't understand the difference between the Friends of the COA and the COA.
That's true.
And we are constantly trying to educate them. And even the Rotary Club doesn't totally, it's been a process of educating, the leadership of that group, so. Anyway, okay. So, we're going to thank you for letting us know, and I hope she's okay, Sandra's okay, but things come up. So we're down to reports. And I'm going to cross off under new business, Maren, we've done that. So, we can move right to the director's report if you're ready and able. Liz?
Let me just pull my screen up.
Guess we're going to have to call Anita absent today. She still hasn't been able to get in. huh?
Yeah, I sent her the link and sent the passcode and meeting info, and she's still unable to get in, unfortunately, but she's giving it a valiant effort.
That must have something to do with the water situation. Everybody has to do with the water situation.
They hit the Wi-Fi or something.
I'm only.
All the dust in the air.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, water department.
No, Russell Street's.
I
Or
know,
Russell
I know.
Street,
It's been one
yeah.
thing after another, that's why I couldn't resist. Okay, sorry.
Okay, as usual, I will start off with reviewing our monthly statistics. So we just finished up September. Didn't break any brand new records this month,
no.
except for our unduplicated numbers, and that's how many brand new people are coming in each month. So, as usual, our streak right now, we had over 1,000 event sign-ins in September. Did 170 rides throughout the month. Total outreach interactions, 756.
Whoa.
What I wanted to point out for our unduplicated numbers, we had our record high of 295, so 295 unique individuals came to one of our programs. This is not including the outreach. And then for our total outreach unduplicated, 178 unique individuals, and of that, for our over 60, 141 were unique for the month of September.
Wow.
Very proud of our outreach team and how hard they work. And
Wait until our new building is up and
I
running.
know.
The new people, it's going to be overwhelming.
Amy just made it down. Alicia had a drop in client, so she's not able to
She was
join
just like
us.
this, Amy.
Yeah.
Can't see. I think I need to get glasses.
Oh, you're too far back.
Yeah, well, it's hard to read that. Even here, I can read it barely, but
Yes.
yeah.
So
It's amazing. It continues to be amazing. It does.
It really does, and major kudos to Nicole for getting our event sign-ins over 1,000 for a second month in a row. That's fantastic.
And they're all fun.
It's all fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, let me stop sharing, get back to the main screen. Okay, next on my list, I just got back from the MCOA, so Massachusetts Council on Aging conference. It was in Danvers for 3 days, and it was a fantastic conference as usual. It's 2.5 full days of different interactive workshops, and they offer, it must be at least 80 different topics to choose from. There's multiple rooms that you go to for these different conferences. So some of them that I went to, actually, I'll say the one that I found the most helpful was collaborating with your local library. And I've already grabbed Sam this morning, our library director, for some different ideas. Another topic was dementia-friendly initiatives. Dementia-friendly, again, is a huge topic, how to make the entire town appropriate for our residents, our community who have a decline in their memory. Really great topic, death and dying. From the staff side, I think sometimes when you work in this field, especially, from the nursing field, we don't really realize how many people we know are passing away, and how do we deal with that as we go on, and how do we honor those people and those individuals and still keep our passion for what we're doing, even though we're experiencing continuous loss. So I have a lot to share with the staff when we get back together. Another great topic was from 2 senior center directors who recently built brand new buildings, and it was called You Built It, Now What? And so they went over all the different things you can expect with a brand new building, expect the unexpected, essentially, how to make that transition. So got a lot of great feedback. It was really, really good. Things you might not even think of, moving and storage and new policies that need to be created, and like room rental charges, and how to bridge the transition, because there's 2 different groups of seniors that a lot of directors are talking about. You have your older seniors who are coming in for a certain set of activities. So you say the bingo, the congregate lunches, the coffee hours, and then you have this new generation of seniors who are coming in, and they're dropping in for yoga, grabbing a coffee, heading out.
Line dancing.
Yes, dancing classes, very active. They're not the type of senior who is going to sit and be with you from 8 to 4. They're in and out, and how do you cater your programs and your center to both age groups? There is a really clear difference between the 2 groups, and they're both still coming. They're both coming very actively, and how to manage that, because it's really different. It really
That's exciting.
It's challenging, yeah.
And it's
challenging
very
and
exciting.
exciting.
I think we've seen some new faces here, younger from that group.
Yes.
And it's so exciting.
Yeah, lots and lots of new faces and names to remember. So conference was fantastic, and looking forward to next year. And then, let's see, the next thing on my list is that our FY25 budgets are due at the end of this month.
Well, that's impossible to think about, I know.
Yeah, so thinking very far ahead, even though we're only about 35% into this year's fiscal year, but already thinking ahead for what we might need and trying to plan how this is going to be our transition year. If we're breaking ground in the next couple months, what are we going to be spending? What are we going to be needing? It seems like it's going to be a little bit challenging. So if you don't see a lot of me this month, it is because I am researching budget issues.
Wow.
But also at the same time, there are a lot of grants open right now for the grant period. The Elder Affairs Service Incentive Grant is out, and the intent to apply is due this Wednesday. Ooh. And those are grants that are upwards of $100,000 depending on what topic or what need you have.
You're applying.
Yes. I'm going to squeeze that in.
Okay.
And then the MassDOT grant for a new vehicle is coming in November, and I'm hoping that we could apply either this year or next year for an all-electric van and see how that goes. And then there's another Emerson Community Health Benefits grant coming out. So it is going to be an extremely busy month, but
you can hibernate.
What's that?
You can hibernate.
Okay. And I might have to build into the budget grant writers.
You're ready to pick up the pieces, right?
Oh.
That's a lot. But
Wow.
Yeah, so that is what's going on right now.
that's so exciting, though. So much, the mere numbers are exciting, and it's just things are changing, and I've noticed a change here in Littleton too with the different population right, starting to trickle in type of thing.
The new faces that we're seeing.
Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can run a report of first time ever users. I might have to contact our database they have a great support team who could help me pull that report, but
Yeah.
I feel that this year, this calendar year so far, we've seen more new faces than we ever have in the
Yeah, I
past.
remember.
It's incredible.
Well, when you did the strawberry shortcake thing,
Yeah.
I bumped into new people, and was sitting on the patio chatting with them. So, yeah, and it's nice, so
Everybody
nice.
must be retiring.
Yeah.
Have time.
Yeah, I was recently just talking to somebody who signed up for one of our fitness classes, and she was saying that she's still working, but she works remotely. She lives here in Littleton, so on her lunch break, she can come, do stretch and flex, and then go back and finish her workday. So she can fit in the 45-minute class and then head back to her home office.
And that
So-
has been a huge class.
Yeah, I foresee that being
Yeah.
more of the norm.
I think after the pandemic, we were all ready to
Yeah.
Get out.
get out, exactly, of the house, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's a lot of what I heard at the conference too. There was a very clear divide. Either some senior centers found that they lost a lot of people during the pandemic, and those people just never came back to the center, or you're in the camp where you are just flooded with brand new people itching to get out and try new things and do different things. And there was a very clear divide. It seemed like the smaller, more rural towns were seeing kind of, deserted buildings. So, interesting. Lots of interesting stuff.
Great.
That's interesting.
It is.
I'll stop talking because we need to fit in.
Okay. Are you done? We
Yes.
can let Nicole speak?
Yes, sorry.
The lady who plans so far in advance, she
Oh,
just,
God.
I know, I'm overwhelmed with that.
I wanted to first give a big thank you to Steve and Dave from Stevie's Catering here in Littleton. Last Thursday, they came in and donated 13 banana boxes full of fruits and veggies, breads, some prepared foods. It was so generous, and we were able to give it all away to people in town who are in need. And they mentioned to me last week that this is something that they're going to be doing every week.
Ooh,
So
oh my
something we can
gosh.
look forward to. So it was huge. It was really
Wow.
exciting.
Wow.
What a great group
them,
it
yeah.
is, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's see what else. Book Buddies has resumed. It's off to a great start. If anyone wants to sign up, as Marge said, I like to plan ahead. So I'm doing the calendar for November and December. You can give me a call. We have some slots open. We recently had a spa for you here for beauty treatments, manicures, pedicures, facials, and massages. And it was so popular that we added another date in December so people can come get pampered before the holidays if they want. Our elder law drop-in is continuing once a month. It's been booked solid for the past 2 months, so people are really in need of that. Let's see. Bridges in Westford is going to be hosting a Veterans Day lunch here in November. And let's see. We're heading into the holiday season. We're going to be having a Friendsgiving dinner, which is a full Thanksgiving-style meal sponsored by the Friends of the COA. We have a trip to Tower Hill, holiday carolers, a trip to Boxborough to see their Winterfest figure skating show again.
Oh, wow. I remember that last year. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, they do a really nice job.
Yes, they do.
And one more exciting thing for the new year, in January, we're going to be offering free fitness classes. If you have never attended a class, you can come and try it out for the month of January for free. If you've gone to Stretch and Flex for the past few years, but you've been interested in yoga for strength and balance or chair yoga or Tai Chi, you can try out any class that you haven't tried before for free. So we're hoping that some new people will come down, and some familiar faces too will try something new for the new year. And I also wanted to say thank you to Sue Melander. She has been so helpful with me for all of these larger events. She's been really kind of rallying the troops to get people for setup and cleanup and serving, and it has been such a huge a huge breath of fresh air. I can't even thank you enough for how helpful it has been. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm glad it's been helpful. I
So
didn't think it would be that helpful, but I'm glad it
I didn't
was.
think so at first, but then she sends me an email a few days before saying, this is what I have, and I'm like, wow, I don't have to even think about that. That's so nice.
It's done.
Thank you.
Just so people know, too, I think if I can just piggyback on that, the board and the function of the board, we've tried to transition a little bit as a board to be more actively involved in supporting events like that. And so Susan stepped up.
Yeah.
And agreed to be the contact person for Nicole.
Doing a
And
great
so
job.
when there is an event, and Nicole just has to notify Susan, she's going to be needing help setting up, cleaning up, whatever the help is, Susan sends a message out to the board members to see who can help and what can you do, and et cetera. And that's what she's talking about. So it's great. It's wonderful. And thank you, board, for everybody helping. And everybody finds a way to get even usually a little bit in there to help, even if you can't be there for a big, long period of time. It's great. It's been a great
No,
response.
Everybody's been good about responding, and a couple of people that aren't on the board have jumped in
Yep,
too, so
yep. So
it's been
I
helpful.
think it's been really wonderful. So.
And Nicole has been very organized, because as you know, she's planned months in advance.
I know.
So she sends, I've got events on my list way out in advance, so.
Well, my understanding is, because to see, truth be known, she plans way in advance because it's
Well, you have to.
partially because people are booked. And
Well,
you have
yeah,
to,
you
in order
have
to
to.
do it, you've got to book
Yeah.
them, way out. So, yeah, we've got a great assistant.
Right.
Activity direct, planner, that's her job, so she's amazing, I think, so.
Oh, thank you, Marge.
Totally.
Yeah. So, great. Okay, Amy, you can come up close now. Yeah, amazing outreach workers that we have.
So I'm going to relay some messages since Alicia's not here. So Medicare open enrollment has begun. So she isn't fully booked up yet, but I know how there's a lot of folks that like to wait till the last minute. I encourage you not to. Try to get in as soon as possible just to explore the different options with Alicia, and she can explain it, and then you can go home and sit on it, think on it, and then make your decisions and come back to meet with her to put it into effect. But definitely don't wait till the last minute on that. I know it seems like you have a long time, but it creeps up on you. So definitely give us a call to get your appointment scheduled with her. As far as SMOC, we've received a number of calls about the applications. SMOC did not start sending out their applications for this season until the 29th of September, which is significantly behind schedule. Usually people have those in August. So they're already behind for the season, so folks should start receiving them now. You can give us a call and get scheduled to come in and complete the application so that we can get them submitted for you, and hopefully there isn't a large delay in them getting back to us this year. I know last year they were still working on billing during September, so they just were very behind because of staffing. So
And SMOC is fuel assistance.
yes, sorry, SMOC is for fuel assistance. They're the agency that handle it. So definitely give us a call and get scheduled to come on in so we can get your paperwork in. That's all I have for today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's always exciting to get these reports lately, isn't it? I mean, yeah, overwhelming, yeah. So, we need to approve or accept those reports officially. Anyone wish to make that motion?
I make a motion to accept the director's report, assistant director's report, and the outreach coordinators.
Oh, Marilyn has her hand up before we move on. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Amy.
I would recommend that we approve Alicia's, Nicole's, and Liz's reports as read.
Hey, Jean did it. She'll second. Anyway, we'll switch to whatever. You're gonna be the second person?
I'll be the
You'll do the second, okay. Thank you both.
Yes, you're welcome.
So, okay. So, we're all set with that.
Yes.
Joe, how do you vote? Aye, okay. And Susan?
Yes.
And she's a yes. And Jean?
Yes.
Okay. And Mary Ann?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Anita's not here. Marilyn is, Marilyn? Yeah, yes. And Marge is a yes. All right. Okay, we're moving right along. So, the old business. It's still old business, and it's gonna be there for quite a while. We're gonna be talking about this, but what's happening with the senior center project?
Very exciting. Just this afternoon, got the email that our unofficial bid results are in for our cost estimation of the project. So as you know, we had the procurement period open where all the trades were filing their bids. And just today, got the report showing the results and the delta of what we thought might come in for the bids and how many we received and what the difference is. So far, I think we're in a good position. It looks really good. I don't want to jinx it, but we're in a good position, I think, so far. I did have an opportunity to speak with State Representative Arciero about the solar panels again. We're looking for some assistance with those because the cost estimate coming in is about $250,000 for solar panels.
Rotary Club. I don't think they help us with that.
Yeah, so we're looking for earmarks, green grants, whatever we could do to try to make this happen. And it might not happen right away for our particular project. Right now, I think we're planning on doing one a little bit larger than the library's roof, just based on surface area and position. But we'll see. So State Rep Arciero seemed very interested, very committed to helping us. So I'm feeling positive, cautiously optimistic about it.
Can that come after the building is built?
Yes.
So that's something, that's what I thought happened with the library. That was after the fact, so, so that's okay. We can, still work on that. Yeah.
So next steps right now, since the bids are unofficially in, Commodore, our builder, is compiling our guaranteed maximum price for this project. We'll meet with town administration, the project team, PMBC, and review the schedule and the logistics of when we actually put the shovel in the ground. But it will be in the next couple months.
That'd be a fun thing for you to plan.
Yes, we'll have to plan a groundbreaking ceremony.
Yes.
Wow, once we have a date.
A
So
big
very
party.
A big party.
A big party, and we have a whole big list of people to invite to help us celebrate
sure.
this. Oh,
And
yeah.
we'll bring our own shovels. How's that?
We'll buy shovels, we'll spray paint them gold, and we will have a great photo op for it.
That would be exciting.
Oh, boy.
And it's not too far away, I hope. I don't think it is.
No, I'm feeling very optimistic.
Yes. All right. Is Commodore the same builder that did the library?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
So at least they're familiar with, the town's familiar with them, and they're familiar with that.
So great to work with,
Yeah.
great to work with. The
Great.
town is taking possession of the house next door in November.
Oh, in November.
And that's going to be used as the Commodore's headquarters for the building project, so they don't have to bring in a trailer for their construction managers. And they're very committed to keeping the fence line close, so we don't impact the library's parking at all, and our materials can be stored, not taking up the parking spaces. So they're great on logistics.
Great, because it's a little bit of a tight squeeze for parking out there now.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's good news, too.
Very good news.
Hey, this is a great Monday.
Positive plus plus.
I know. I think so.
A good day.
It is a good day, so, yes. Okay. So, and the senior tax relief update, and I think, Anita's not with us, but I think the only thing that's coming up is the dinner on the 25th, and that was combined. The lunch and the dinner were combined, as I understand it. Yeah. To have, it was silly to have, we had plenty of room for the dinner to accommodate the people that were signing up, and we'll have plenty of room if people want to sign up, so. Because it's good information to have. And I'm sure people have questions about this chart that came out, if you still have it around your house. It was sent out a couple of months ago now. Yeah, so. It's a complex, I know there's a lot of confusion out there, because, for example, somebody said to me, well, you know, the town could put a box on the tax bills for the TRED program,
There is
saying they wanted to, you know, do this, and I'm like, it's already there on your tax bill.
It's there.
But, see, this is an example of, what happens. People just don't pay attention.
Even if you pay online, there's a place for the,
To
for
check
a
it off.
TRED donation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, maybe we have to get that word out more, too. So, yeah, anyway, so, all right. I don't know, does anybody else regarding senior tax relief update, other than the dinner coming up? Anybody else have it? That's not very far away, today's the 16th, so, next week. Okay. All right, we've done that. Board member update. Anybody have any news? Susan, are you, everything's quiet on the housing front with the Affordable Housing Trust and everything?
Sure. No, everything isn't quiet, but everything's
Moving along.
It's moving along.
Yeah.
Anna Houston, who is the chairman, is working very actively on making a 5-year action plan. So that's what our
For the Affordable Housing.
for the Affordable Housing Trust. So that's our plan at the moment. That's our goal, to get that done.
Yeah. And actually, the zoning project and change at town meeting is a big issue. So there's a lot of people that, some people I've heard, you know, that don't think there should be any apartments or anything like that in the village at all. You know, so it's like, this, we were kidding before the meeting started about the fact that sometimes the articles that get the most discussion are at the end of the meeting. And that's the case. The two articles that are going to be getting most discussion are Article 19 and Article 20, I think, in the town meeting schedule, so. But people need to go so that you can ask questions there if you have more questions, and you can vote. So, everybody, encourage people watching, spread the word, and try to get your neighbor to go if they're not going, so. And if anybody has anything to add to that, I'd welcome it. Any other board updates? Thank you all for being so good and generous with your time, with helping out with things, by the way. It's appreciated. And I think that's one of the best ways we can demonstrate our ability and our wish to be a team, and to have a team effort. You know, it's a team effort with the Friends of the Council on Aging, the Council on Aging, and the staff of Elder and Human Services. And we need to always remember that we're a team, all working for the same purpose.
Yeah, we all dovetail together.
Yes, right.
We do.
And that wasn't always the case. So, no, so I know, we've come a long way. Okay, we have one last thing, and it's already 4:05, and so we gotta do this. I did, the rules and regulations. I did make all the changes that we voted on at our last meeting. I did not send the copy out because there was nothing to vote on. And we still have one item that we were going to talk about at this meeting. So that's why I did not send the corrected, updated version out. I did send it to Liz. And I don't have a copy of it with me. But anyway, so that's fine. And I have the old one, so if you all recall, we got down to, there were some sections in there that I think had been put in, if my memory still, it was at the very last, at the bottom. Let's see. The town administrator, and I think it was Article 8, wasn't it? That, yeah, we had questions about, and we were talking about, it was having the, somewhere in here, the thing about, the performance appraisal of the director with input from the chairperson or designee, and we questioned that, and we hadn't made a decision, and that, I said I thought it was nice. I can live without it, though, because I can understand Jean and Liz's comments from last week. So, and we did not make a decision about that, though. Right.
Marilyn has her hand up.
Pardon me?
Marilyn. has her
Marilyn,
hand
hi, Marilyn. You and
Well-
Jean were going to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Jean and I did, we met for about an hour, and this is what we've come up with.
Okay.
We felt it was after much thought and rereading it several times. The COA board has nothing to do with this. We don't appoint, so why do we have approval? We have no authority. What's the problem with taking this out? The director shall provide, the last sentence should be deleted. That was what we felt, we don't need that for our rules and regulations.
If you read the title of Article 8, it says staff employment
Right.
and supervision.
And we don't do those things.
We do not employ and we do not supervise.
No, and I think maybe we could rephrase that. I think it's in there only to make it very clear that the role of the board is not to supervise. I think that needs to be in writing because I think, I don't know, I'm just saying from when I joined the board, the transition was in process. Keith Bergman was the town administrator at the time, and he was in process of, the structure had been for the COA board to supervise and manage the director of Elder and Human Services. And Keith, that was wrong. It should not have been. Yes, that's it. And so he was changing that, and he called in an outside group to actually affect that. And there were meetings, he asked me to be part of that as a new board member. And so there were several meetings to talk about that, and it was, for the people that had been involved, that was a hard pill for them to swallow because they were used to supervising. And that was why there was a treasurer who used to get all the financial reports and everything even. So I'm thinking, and I know that Keith rewrote some of the rules and regs, and I do think that was his intent. It was only to make it clear that the board's job is to work as a team. Maybe we need to change it all to reflect that, our duties.
Well, it already is in our
So,
goal.
okay. We got it covered, do you think, adequately?
If you read the goals of the board, it's
Right.
covered in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true, it is.
It's
Thank you.
covered.
Okay,
And the state mandates that Council of Aging boards are advisory boards
right.
by state law.
So I think that's probably, but I think that's what happened, so maybe we just need to leave it out, the whole section 8.
The only point I wanted to make is
That
that
was what we felt.
Okay, go ahead.
way back when Keith did that, it had reflected back to the Town Government Study Committee, and the reason was just so all the authority wasn't taken away, and it was almost like leaving something there so this board had something to say. And it does have a point that, and I'll bring it up again, when we went to that meeting in Fitchburg, and we saw
That's right.
those other boards that had real problems, at least it gave this board the opportunity to say something. The town administrator you're right, the town administrator is still in charge of the whole thing.
Right.
But it was just put there so we would have some say. So I will live in taking it out, but it was put there for a reason, and
Right, it was,
Yeah.
yeah. But I agree.
That was,
Go ahead,
that's
Marilyn.
many years ago.
Well,
what does that have to do with it?
yeah,
I
wasn't that long ago, actually, but anyway, go ahead.
I have no problem with taking it out either, but sort of in line with what Joe said, the boards, yes, we do not hire, but we do interview all the candidates that are for the EHS director's position. And we do, or we have a member from the board that's on the search committee if it gets into that.
And that's covered
big
in here,
detail.
and that might need to stay.
Right. And we do make our recommendation to the select board for a choice of board, not only director's position, but also even board member positions.
We always,
Appointed. We make a recommendation.
We make
They
recommendations,
don't
yeah.
have to go along with it, but we do.
recommend.
So at least to be able to have some wording in there somewhere that we do keep that say in some things.
That's the first 8.1, I
Right.
think,
So
covers
that
that.
covers
That
that
covers-
piece, but-
It doesn't cover the piece of having a say about new board members.
Yeah, well, it
But
maybe
that kind
doesn't
of,
need
but
to.
no,
but-
I don't think that, I don't know that that needs to be in there.
Also, and I admit I didn't look it up, but way back in the past, when all of this transition happened, was there a memorandum of agreement written between the select board?
It was changed.
And then, is there wording in there that would maybe fit what we're doing?
This was the, yeah, it was, the MOA was.
Or maybe
MOU.
we don't even need to worry about that anymore.
That was March 18th, 2013.
Okay,
when
so
that
that's a
was-
long time ago. I mean, it's 10 years.
Not that long ago, but.
But, no,
in the
but-
grand scheme of things, but yes, it was updated, that was updated again. But I did not reread that myself this time.
And so I'm wondering, and I didn't reread it
Right.
either, if there's things in there that,
But see, the performance, in the MOU, it says, "The performance appraisal of the Director of Elder and Human Services shall be conducted by the town administrator with
Right.
input from the chairperson of the COA or a designee of the COA." That was not the COA, I mean, the MOU was rewritten by the town administrator back in the day. So,
and that
That-
MOU is still in effect.
That's
So if
true.
it's saying,
we can't take it out unless the select board takes it out, I think, isn't that right, Joe?
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure. I
but
can
if
find
that's
out.
in the MOU that says
Yeah,
it's, yes, under the town administrator, which it definitely should be, but does say, whatever the wording was.
but see, and I don't think this should be in here, in the MO.
Okay, well, then maybe we
Well, then,
need
no,
to-
number 10, it says, "The town administrator shall first consult with the officers of the COA, i.e., the chairperson, vice chair, and secretary, prior to his suspension or dismissal of the director."
Well, maybe we need to rewrite the whole MOU.
So, I don't know, maybe we need to talk to the select
maybe
board about
have
it, because I think it was only, or the town administrator.
We have a
Town
bigger,
administrator, not the select board.
Can of worms.
Well, I think, what's the date on this? Is that? This was the one, it was 2013.
so maybe that needs to be revisited,
Yeah, I'm looking, I was on the board then.
because
Barbara Cam.
if there's thing,
Oh, Mary Kay. Wow, that goes back. She was, wow. I'm gonna have to reread the whole thing, I think, now, but I will, yeah, Liz, I can talk to Ryan, so about the MOU. I think,
I'm kind of totally confused by all of this.
yeah, the MOU is, yeah.
If we're an advisory board, that's going beyond advisoring.
oh, I agree with you.
And I don't know if we can, by state law, do that.
Talks about hiring the new directors.
I think we need to relook at the whole.
Yeah. Okay, I think what we need to do is, I can send you all out an updated copy of the rules and regs as we have them. And then, maybe everybody needs to read the the MOA,
Yes.
Memorandum of Agreement, between now and our next meeting.
2013,
Pardon me?
that was the 2013.
It's signed, the date on it, and the backside where everybody signed it was March 11th. March 18th, 2013. And that's about right, because that was right when I first joined the board. I think I joined in 12 or 11, so it was way back then. Time flies when you're having fun. But, yeah, and I did not participate in the rewriting of that, or did I the rules and regs were, I don't even know if I was chair at that time, but anyway. I think they were just done and handed to the board.
That's
Not sure.
probably why that piece is in the rules and regs.
That's why.
Because it was in
Right,
To match.
the MOA.
To match the
To match
MOA.
it.
yeah,
And I think we're pretty much in agreement that there must be parts in that MOA that we maybe
Right.
shouldn't be there now. Or,
Because
Or
it
get some
talks, it's
legal
the COA,
opinion
it
as
talks
to-
about the chairperson, the whole thing is about relationship, the COA
Right.
and, so,
it needs to be
relooked.
revisited.
Yes. So is everybody comfortable doing that? Okay. I will send you the, I will send you the updated copy of the rules and regs as they are now without Section 8 changed.
Right.
So,
Mark,
and I dated it, yes.
can I make one comment about Section 8?
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so if it was, so it's titled Article 8, Staff Employment and Supervision. What if it was titled maybe just roles? Because I know the past history and I can understand the intent of why this is in there, to delineate who does what, so there is no overstepping
Right.
of bounds. So if employment and supervision were removed and it just
And-
solely stated roles, I think that shows the intent better, the intent of why this is in
Roles
there
of
as it
staff
is.
and members?
Yeah, because it's your job description on
Right.
8.2.
Right.
I mean, it's, you
Yeah,
know,
Yeah, I think that's true.
I understand.
If you do something
Knowing
like that,
history,
then I
I
wouldn't have any problem with what you suggested and just drop that off there. And that way we'll have the rules and regulations all done.
Yes.
And if we want to worry about the MOA and go through that in the future, but at least if we
Right.
approve this right now, rules and regulations are done.
That's a good point.
And in the future, we can take a
Yep.
look at that if we deem it
That's
necessary.
good.
that
No,
in line
that's a good
with
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could just say,
the statement of,
pardon me?
so what would the title be?
Well, what would be good?
roles
Roles
of
and
the-
responsibilities? No, nothing about supervision.
Yep.
It's not our group.
Right, I think just trying to capture the spirit of the intent of why it was in there, to make sure that there isn't, in the future, far future, a board is trying to develop programs and
No.
supervise a staff member. As has happened in the past.
So it'd be the role of the Director of Elder and Human Services?
It's everybody's role, though. It's the town, I mean,
Town
the
administrator.
board's role, member's role, too. So, in fact, I would, 8.2, not, the bullet, 8.2.1. I don't know why we have to have that in. I think it would be nice to say the director would provide a budget update, at once a year or something, too.
Yeah, I think-
We don't need all of that, the whole thing that's in there.
Yeah, 821 probably
Can go
could be
out.
removed because that's
Yeah,
the details of a job description.
that's what I'm thinking.
Um,
And your budget is posted publicly
Right.
anyways, right?
Right. So I don't think that needs to be there at all. We could take that 8.2.1 out. And the rest of it, it's just clarification, really.
Just call it roles? Because it's the town administrator roles, it's the director's roles,
Right.
it's the board roles.
Right,
Yeah, that,
roles.
Just call it
roles.
roles.
that fits with me.
People okay with that?
Right, roles
So-
with removal of 8.2.
Take that out. So 8.1 and 8.2, we'll keep in, it. Just title it roles.
Sounds good.
Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
I think that makes it easier, too. And you're right, and we can look at the MOA later.
Why are MOAs made if you have rules?
I'm not exactly sure about the legal aspect of
Okay.
it.
Just
I'd have to
wondering.
ask that question. I'll have to find that out. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't answer that question. It's always been, so
Right.
who am I to question it,
It's been done between different boards, too.
Yes.
In different departments?
Different departments, it goes back to, I think, to a point where one time we had what we call flat government, where this board was by itself, the planning board was by itself, and you had no town administrator that had any authority. So that's the concept was to have it centralized, so the town administrator has that role.
Okay, all right. Liz has to leave. So I have to watch the clock for her.
So shall we?
Are we
vote?
ready to take a vote? Then, any other discussion?
Do we have to do a motion?
Yeah, we need a motion then to delete 821 and to change the title.
Article 8.
Yeah.
2 rows.
And then I can do that. If you vote that in, I'll do that before I send the corrected version out to you all. So,
All right.
I second it. Jean just made it. I second it. Jean made it.
you gotta specify, because Lorelai's gonna. Oh, she's gonna second it too.
Oh,
So the motion has been made to change the title of Article 8 of our rules and regulations to roles, R-O-L-E-S, and to delete 8.2.1 that is currently in our rules and regulations. All right, so that's the motion. And it was made by Jean and seconded by Marilyn. All right, any further discussion? Okay, we're going to take our vote. Joe?
Yes.
Okay, Susan?
yes.
Okay, Jean?
Yes?
Okay, Mary Ann?
Absolutely, yes.
John?
Yes.
Anita? No, she's not here. Sorry. Marilyn, yes. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and Marge is a yes. So that's an, okay, unanimous vote. All right, good. And I will do that. That's easy to do. So, and send it out to you so you have time. I can do that probably sometime this week and get it out to you. So, great. Also, I have an interesting handout here, which I don't know if I could get I can get copies if anybody's interested in it. I got it by attending the planning board meeting, public hearing, last Thursday night. And it's several pages, and it is a zoning bylaw and zoning map amendment, and it's several pages long explaining that if anybody's interested in it. It's very detailed. But what you'll be hearing about at town meeting. So, just so you know, I didn't want to take articles, for people that didn't know you
Bless
wanted.
you.
Yes.
All right, so, let me get back to my agenda. I think we're done, pretty much. Is there any other business to come before the board? Our next meeting should be November 13th.
It's no public,
Pardon me?
no public,
No public?
no public.
Nobody loves us, huh?
I feel like we got a
Maybe
lot of
that's a
love
good
today.
thing, yeah, maybe that's a good thing. Okay, all right, I can entertain a motion to adjourn, then.
Could I ask one?
Oh, certainly.
Does anybody else have a problem printing from the message you mail out? I can never print the second attachment. I don't know if anybody else has an issue with that. Is
No,
it just my computer, or?
I don't know.
I print it today.
I mean, John prints the
I can print
agenda
the agenda.
perfectly.
It's only
is the
one
first
page.
attachment.
Yeah, it's only one
and I
page.
can't print the second.
I don't know why.
It comes back and tells me that there's either a issue with the content not being valid, but it just tells me I
This is
cannot
the
print it.
second, he did this last month. and
I'm
this
not
is
very
one.
good with computers, so I'm not the person to help you.
This might be tied to the, remember we had a discussion about the older version of Word and how I have trouble converting it to the new Word and it gets all mixed up when I do that.
I have trouble with anything with computers, quite
And I
frankly.
do as well, but it's John
Yeah.
that is my techie person.
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe one of the high school kids, could they help? Do they help? They're pretty good usually about things.
You could come to the
Okay.
library and use our computers and see if they would print for you from ours.
Well, that's true. You could try it and see, and that would be a test kind of to see, but maybe, but I know the high school kids, don't they offer help?
They have not restarted Tiger
Oh,
Tech
Yeah, they
yet.
haven't. Right.
No, I
What I'll
thought
do
they
is I'll
had.
call my son.
That's what I do.
He's the technical person for
Yeah.
Alcott
Okay.
School in
At the
Concord.
Alcott
And what is he,
School.
5 years old?
Hey, listen, I know, I all of a sudden, you know how you have your icons so that just
Yeah.
ease, so that you open up your thing and you can just click on
Yeah.
sites you go to all the time. I got rid of them all somehow one day. and I was lost. I couldn't even find Facebook or find my computer, the internet. I finally found those two things, and my grandson came a week or so ago.
And
He's
got you all
16.
straight.
I said, Tyler. I was there 5 minutes, and I said, oh, you totally lost me. I don't know what you're doing, but anyway, he fixed it.
Just do it and fix it. Don't tell me why.
Yes, yes.
All right, I'm sorry. Sorry I can't help you, but
That's okay.
I was just wondering if I was alone.
I don't know. Well, with that, I guess you are too, so, but I'm not the person to help either. Okay, so we, back to the vote. We have a motion to adjourn the meeting. It was made by Jean, I think, and seconded by Marilyn. Anyway.
Need a
I'm ready
roll
to
call
take
vote.
the vote.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
I have my list, and then I don't miss anybody, so. You're, yes, Susan?
Yes.
Okay, Jean?
Yes.
Mary Ann?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Yes.
Marilyn? Thank you, and Marge is a yes. Another unanimous vote, and the meeting is over. We can check the machine.
There we go.